Let's read. Hey, welcome back. This is part two of Claude workshop. What we did earlier was Claude chat. Now we are going to see all MCP integrations. This is the part where everything changes. Till now we have seen how we have worked inside Claude chat and we have lived in it in a box of Claude. Now, but what if Claude could reach into actual tools? These are called connectors. These are called connectors. I have given access to multiple connectors like Gmail, Google Calendar, Gemma, Canva. So let's see how it works. For example, I want to see what's there on my calendar. So I'm asking, hey, what's there on my calendar this week? It's going to go to my actual calendar. So next week, it's going to see what I have in my calendar and it gives me the pretty detailed version of what I have in my calendar so I can plan accordingly. I want to say add gym at 9 a.m. today. So as you can see, it added gym at 9 a.m. today. Do I have any important mail from last? So it gave me a rundown of what happened last week. So these are the people that wanted to connect with me. And now I know whom to contact. Let me connect to Slack. And this is the prompt that I'm giving it. Search channels, draft messages, create canvases from all the Claude, zero tap switching. It is asking, hey, just say a word and I'll show you of this post. It's going and searching all the channels that I have connected with on my Slack channel. It's creating messages that I can send. And if I send this, the message has been sent to my Slack. It just said, hey, Stackle fam, quick update. So that's the point of connectors where I can connect. Let me show you all the connectors that are there. If I browse connectors, there's Google Drive, Gmail, calendars. You can add Spotify if you need. Monday, Zoom, which I've added. Uber Eats if you want, and Uber as well. This must be pretty good. Get Uber prices and price estimates for any rideshare option. I've added my Canva into this and Slack. Now let's move to Claude Code. For the developers watching and even the non-developers, this is most powerful feature I have ever used. Claude Code is a terminal-based AI agent that reads your code base, understands your architecture, and writes code and runs tests and debugs and iterates autonomously. I built my entire platform Stackle with Claude Code. It's a full next-gen app. The backend of it is Supabase. It's a multi-agent AI architecture with authentication. I am still, I have to put payment, which we are not trying to get right now. Our entire goal is to give away 1,000 resumes for free. We'll be doing that first, so there will be no payment before that. All built while talking to Claude Code. So let me show you where exactly is Claude Code. For that, we have to download the Claude desktop. And once I have it, as you can see, in the desktop, there are three things. the Claude chat, which we have been chatting with, the Claude Cowork, we will talk about it in a bit, and then we have Claude Code. So Claude Code, this is the resume builder which I have built, and I can show you what I have the complete app. I have taken Claude Code and I have put the entire repo inside GitHub, and my GitHub is connected to Vercel, and through Vercel this is the app that I'm building. I can fairly talk to it directly. It is a chatbot, and backend is all Claude, and I did a pretty good job. I am looking for a job. So the backend is all Claude and Claude API key, which I have brought in here. Now let's go to the resume builder, and this resume builder, it has the resume, it shows the report, the same report. And once we have the report, if I say fix it, because there are multiple things to fix. So as you can see, when I click fix, it starts fixing. There is a lengthy summary for this resume, and it's given a pretty short and the right formatted summary. Here are four options, and if I click OK, now it goes to the next fix and it starts fixing it. And when I say OK, now it wants to, the next one, it's rewriting the bullet points. So for every bullet point, it complete once it completes, it says okay. So this is what I've built in Claude. I asked Claude, how can we make it easier and a good user experience for people, for anybody who wants to rewrite their resumes. And we did a pretty good comprehensive research using Claude chat, and that research was done on Opus. And once the research was completed, I put all the research inside Claude Code and said, this is what we have, and I want to build something extremely awesome than what is out there in the from the market. And we have come up with this, and this is version 1. This will be live next week. It also has a folder, and we are still building on this. Let me take you to Vercel. Under Vercel, you can see that there are deployments, and under each deployment, there are multiple things like functions. For example, I have created agents for each and every task that we are building. We are trying to create agents for cover letters, interview prep, and for resume. Even analysis and extraction is two different agents. It's always to give one specific task for one agent. You don't have to do, it's a best practice to have only one task rather than having multiple tasks for the same agent, and it can confuse itself. Once I create all these agents, I have created one more, which is the orchestration agent. So the orchestrate agent is the main agent that sits on top of all these agents. This is the orchestration agent that sits on top of all the agents, and this is the second agent. While when we upload the resume, then there is another agent that actually gets activated, and it will extract everything that is there from the resume. So this is one project that I have built in Claude. Now let's move to Claude Cowork. Claude Cowork, I'm going to show you one simple task which I've done. That is, I asked it to organize all my PNG files and it did organize all my PNG files. I asked, can you help me organize my PNG files? And what it did, it took all my PNG files and put in this one folder called PNG. If you give access to Cowork, then it can do wonders with your desktop. Cowork is the desktop app. It is a persistent desktop agent. You can give it a complex task and it will handle better. Inside Cowork, there is the scheduled tasks. And what this task does is every single hour, I have programmed it to say, you can scrape AI news from X and you can put it inside the Slack channel. Let me open the channel. The content draft is the channel that I've selected for this. And as you can see, every hour it is taking posts and dropping it in Slack channel. Let's move to Claude Chrome now. Claude Chrome lives inside Chrome extensions. And once I click Claude Chrome, it's here. I want to say, can you search data engineer job for me? Now it's doing a plan for, it's asking if I can go to LinkedIn or Indeed. And it did go to Indeed and it is searching for data engineer positions. And I think it's going to bring out more than 1,000 jobs of data engineering. So as you can see, it did bring Indeed. Let's do something else. I want to buy new monitor. Can you check for me on Amazon? As you can see, it took me to Amazon. Now I asked for the new monitor. So I typed new monitor. So it is reviewing all the monitors that it can and probably will give me a good monitor. Okay. So it's asking if there is a budget picks under $100, 200 to 300. So it's a fair it's a fair thing that it's doing, that it's giving me all the options that I want to get into. I'll say Samsung 32 inches. So yep, there you go. So let's see. We have covered MCP, we have covered Claude Code, and we have covered Claude Design is still left, and we have covered Cowork and extension. Now let's go and check out Claude Design. Yesterday, I did this example where we did a prototype. I'll do it again. The prototype name is, so it's asking what to do. I want to build pizza stand website. Name of the company is Cookie pizza, may. That's a pretty one-liner. It's going to ask me multiple questions now. Okay. So what kind of pages do I want? I want the hero, menu, about us, order online, location. Yeah, take the gallery photos if I can. What should be the vibe? Fun and playful, and also classic. Actually, classic and rustic Italian should be good. Pick a color. I will this color. And list your key menu items. Let's copy and paste. Where is the stand located? Downtown food court. Full cart checkout. No, I don't have a logo. Do you have photos of the food? Decide for me. And I'll say continue. Okay, it's here. As you can see, the name is Cookie Pizza. This is the menu. It looks great. For a one-liner prompt, this looks fantastic. What should I do now? Is I can export as a PDF. I can download as a zip, send it to Canva and start working, or I can hand it off to Claude Code. So I can get started working on it and make it real. Add a backend to it, export it to Versal. So that's Claude design for you. Yesterday in the class, we built a burger stand, Amir burger stand, and it did a pretty good job as well here. So that's Claude design. What is left? Okay. So fixing limits and switching. 8 ways to handle limit exceeded. Like it said, switch models. Try Haiku if Sonnet is limited, which is very true. Haiku will give you a pretty good chat experience. And the way it writes, I was amazed by the way it writes. On Sonnet, I can start creating HTML pages and I can connect with MCP. I can connect with Google Drive and I can create Google Sheets in Google Drive. Yes, the second thing is use projects. Stop resending the context. Like I said earlier, if you are if you have a context which you have to paste in a chat to start your work, then it's better to create a project. Then you don't have to keep on changing it. Be conscious, clear prompts, use for fewer tokens. This On this note, I want to show you something. I created this project called LinkedIn Ghostwriter. Okay. So this is the role. You're the top tier LinkedIn ghostwriter. I gave it a tone, formatting rules of what to do, content pillars, storytelling framework. So if anybody wants to copy this, I'll also put this inside a link. Yeah. So this URL, I can give it to you and you can get that. That way you have a pretty precise, conscious prompt that you use for fewer tokens. Start new chats, long threads, eat context, time your usage, limit resets on rolling windows. So usage is right here. It's going to reset in 18 minutes. So I barely care about it. But when I was currently I'm on the max plan. When I was on the other plans, the $20 plan, The usage would usually hit me after 2 hours because I was building my app at that time, and I'm building constantly. I'm building something or the other with using Sonnet or Opus, and as you can see, the balance right now is $1,400. I have added that balance because it was eating a lot of money from me. I tried to do all the things which actually are out there for the usage, but then it was not worth my time. I just stopped and bought the max plan. If you have a decision to make between ChatGPT and Claude, then I used Claude for mostly writing and building the app right now because of Claude Code. But I do use ChatGPT for most of my planning, and it is a great planner, ChatGPT, and it's got an extensive knowledge on that. I use Manus AI for mostly all my automations. I use Google Notebook LM for all the research purpose that I'm doing, the data engineering work. For example, the data engineering work when I was starting, I did a lot of research through using Google Notebook LM, and we can also create a nice simple infographic inside Google the Notebook LM. I also use Whisperflow, which is another tool that helps me a lot. While instead of typing, it will use my voice. Like for example, hey, I'm talking to you. Can you tell me what is Mid Journey? And it captures my voice and pastes there. So mostly, so it becomes very easy for me instead of typing all the time for lengthier chats at least. So that tool. What else? I use AI Studio as well, which is the Google AI Studio. I do have paid accounts on most of them. I also have the Slack paid account where I use the Slack bot and I've connected it to Manus, and we can do all the automations through that. If you want me to make a video on all the AI tools that I'm using currently, please do leave a comment below and I would respond to it. And last but not the least, how to make money with Claude. You can create AI workflow automations. You can start from 500 and you can go up till 3000. You can do private cloud workshops for teams and companies where you can charge like 3K to 15K. I have done AI workflow for automation for a doctor and his clinic, and I charge somewhere between 3000 to 3500. You can build AI internal tools like an MVP if you want to build for the founder. You can create courses and masterclass like how I have done for data engineering and my resume marketing services. Claude is backend for all of it, which is very true. My resume services, content, consulting, workshops, automation platform, everything. Claude is my backend, and that is the reason why I did this. Thank you for listening to me. Let me leave you with this. Most people watching this video, you use AI to ask questions and get answers. That's fine, but it's 5% of what is possible. After this video, you have seen level 2, level 3, level 4, where level 2 is reasoning and extending thinking. Level 3 is Claude connecting to multiple tools. And level 4 is automation agents that build design and work for you. That question itself, whether AI is going to change your career, it already has. The question is whether you are going to be the person who figured it out early or the person who wished they had. If you want to go deeper, you can connect to me with on LinkedIn, and we can sit and we can get on a call and discuss what are your aspirations and how you want to get started in AI and get all the help that you need to build your career through. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you in the next one.